Hi guys, welcome to a quick update video on the Pater. Obviously it's going to be quite a transformation from the last time you saw it, but here it is, in all its glory. The engine is on a solid oak trolley, very nice. That's had about 3 or 4 coats of varnish and it really brings out the grain just nice there. Very hard to drill and whatnot, but the screws that hold the trolley together have been covered up with a little cap there. That's all round. It is sitting on steel axles with homemade steel wheels. These were welded up in a jig just there. 5 spoke wheels, steerable at the front with this handle here. Quite a good turning circle. These wheels will actually fold right round and underneath that trolley in about there. So yeah, it's pretty sturdy. I didn't have too much problems putting the engine back together, apart from the odd chip. Obviously when you're putting these engines back together with spanners, they do tend to slip sometimes and cause chips. I decided to scrap the original aluminium exhaust design, simply because obviously this engine being a 2-stroke, it runs at rather high revs, and I was just concerned that the vibrations may weaken some of these joints around here and cause it to fall off. Obviously you don't want to damage the rather expensive oak on the trolley there. So I opted for a steel exhaust. This is homemade, by the way. Not sure how authentic it looks compared to the original 3 horsepower design, but that's the copper chimney that was used on a Wolseley video, or was used on a Wolseley rather, a while back. Obviously it's been paint stripped and polished to a mirror finish. But this here is just a section of a steel gas tank with a machined cap welded onto the bottom, obviously with a drain hole there, because for some reason when these engines are running they do tend to fill up with excess fuel in the exhaust, and when you try to start it, it just won't run for some strange reason. But that's pretty much it for this. Obviously I got some brass dome nuts there, and that flange is siliconed on round there for the water inlet. Got the drip feed oiler working. It's cleaned out quite nicely. Works really well. Fortunately the glass wasn't cracked or anything. The only real problem I did have with this engine is the magneto. Seemed to cause us a lot of problems. It doesn't spark. Well, it does spark, but only at high revs. I've had this engine off and I've spun it with the drill. You get an absolutely huge spark, but like I said, that is going rather fast. So I've had this magneto remagnetised with this little coil over here. That just runs off the 12-volt battery that was originally bought for the Almanco. But that didn't work. Still getting a very weak spark, and asked some questions in the stationary engine forum, and it turned out to be the coil. So if you know anybody in the central belt of Scotland that rewinds coils fairly cheaply, then please feel free to drop in the contact details of them. That would be much appreciated. For the radiator support, we have made this. This is oak, mostly on the front and the back here, but on the back, ouch, that hurt, it's pine, which blends in surprisingly well with the oak. Not the greatest, but it'll do. Obviously screws still to go in here. It's just been finished with the varnish. Obviously it's a cupboard here and a drawer here, both with locks. Works rather well. That's the drawer there. obviously it shows you can stick spark plugs or whatever in there and lock it and go away and have a look at some of the other exhibits. Safe in the knowing that your spark plugs won't get stolen. Inside here is a little cupboard. Oh, just move that tape measure. Not very deep, you know, but it'll do for keeping the likes of a little fuel funnel or a couple of spanners in. And a little lock there as well. Obviously just a little groove cut on the side there. Stick that there. There's still a little brass plate to go over the top of that key there. But we'll get round to that later. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this engine. Also, later on in the coming week hopefully, I will have a new project. I'm not going to tell you what it is, so you'll have to wait until the video is uploaded to find out. You can guess in the comments, and or you can PM me and guess then. And if you get the guess right, then I'll tell you what it is, as long as you don't tell anyone else. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Petter. All that's left to do now is get that mounted to the trolley, get the radiator built, and get a nice gold Petter transfer on there, get the magneto rewound, and then fingers crossed it should run. So that's pretty much it, guys. Be sure to look out for the other engine video, the up and coming project. And yeah, so thanks very much for watching. Comment, rate and subscribe.